Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Anime Over Analyst here, and today's video is going to be a two-parter. It's going to be Black Clover's reviews chapter 296 and 297. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is A, I completely forgot to put out 296, and B, both of these chapters work really well together. So that's why I'm condensing them down into one solid video. So, yeah, if you like this kind of format, maybe want to see something like this in the future, leave a comment in the comment section down below. And yeah, while you're down there, if you just want to say hi or, tell me what you think about the chapters, go ahead. So, let's just start off with 296. So, in the previous chapters, we learned about Spirit Dive and Noelle possessing Spirit Dive. I did not go over 295. In fact, this might be my first Black Clover channel review now that I think about it. I've got One Piece up there. My mind is so out of it. Like I don't remember when I did what. But yeah, so we are back to Noelle, and she's going up against Vonica. We've got Loda Peachka that's kind of in this weird kind of state where she's pretty much very open, very threatened. And then we've got, of all people, Charlotte being crucified, which is quite a stunning sight to see. So we have Noelle coming in, charging in her new spirit form. And the spirit form, if you remember correctly, is when the the spirits goes and like enhances the magic user's powers. So she's got the water spirit whose name I'm literally blanking on because I'm so bad with names. Um she's got basically Little Peachka's water spirit. And so she starts off and she's going up against Vonica, and Vonica sends out her what she calls like the pack of red beasts. Just basically her blood magic, just sending out waves of like blood beasts. Well, Noelle just plows right through them. No hesitation, nothing. Just instant annihilation in this form. And it is fantastic. So, while this is completely going on, the spirit goes, "Hey, Noelle, you can't be slow here. You have to do this fast." Reason being is that you can only maintain 1 minute in this form. Noelle's like, 1 minute? I just need 30 seconds, bitch. And so she literally goes straight at Vonica and bouncing all over the place. I've got the whole chapter here in front of me, by the way. If you're asking why I keep looking down, it's because it's right in front of me and I'm just kind of going through it and giving my thoughts. So, Noelle goes and she's starting to drive forward with her like sea dragon's roar. She's right about to attack Vonica, and Vonica's like, "Oh, I remember someone just like you." And then we start getting an Asier flashback, which is fantastic. This flashback is amazing. So we go back, and Asier is in her Valkyrie form, and she's really wounded, and she's going up against Vonica, and Vonica is like, "I'm loving this. You're providing such a challenge. This is fantastic." And suddenly there's a rustle, and off in the off in the distance, we see Nozel holding Noelle, and instantly Vonica goes right to him and goes, "Oh, you're kids, huh? Well, I should probably kill you. I kind of hate kids. You know, kids are weak. They're not powerful at all. They just kind of bring women down." And Osier's like, no. Heck, hell no. You know what makes a woman strong? It's her mother protecting her children. And she goes like super badass Valkyrie mode. She sprouts wings, like, and almost angelic wings from her armor. She is pissed. Like, it is a sight to behold. Like, I love this panel of just Asir going. practically like straight commando, just ready to tear into Vonica. And she does this curse warding magic that actually the devil does. Magicula does it to go and curse uh, Asier. And so that's how Asier got cursed. It was right after dealing that strike. And Magicula's like, fuck no, we're not doing this. So it continues on. It says, back then, Magicula thought that I was wounded, so I ran away. This is Vonica talking. And we're moving forward to the present time. And she's like, I remember it all. You're that daughter of that Asier girl that I was fighting in Noelle with her immense Sky Dragon's roar. Goes and pierces Vonica just straight through the chest. And like, this looks like a finishing shot. Like, it's literally sword straight through. And Noelle's like, we're not doing this. We're putting this shit to an end right now. And that's where this chapter ends. So, fantastic chapter. Very, very fantastic chapter. We get this Megicula back, not Megicula, we get an Asier backstory. Fantastic backstory. Makes her a fantastic character. Just going out and protecting her children while, Nozel, who saw this whole thing happening and really kind of starts putting things into a perspective with his character. And I had the feeling that something happened that was kind of his fault. Like, I felt like he was blaming himself a little bit. So I love this chapter, and I'm loving how just it connects to him, and it connects to Asier, it connects to Noelle. Like, Noelle is getting a moment to shine, which I'm loving, because early on, Noelle wasn't my favorite character. In fact, I almost dropped Black Clover because I thought Noelle was one of the most annoying characters. I found her more annoying than Asta screaming in the anime, to be honest. Like, Asta screaming, I was like, okay, it's fine. And that died away within like 5 episodes anyways, but for the most part, didn't care too much. Noelle annoyed the crap out of me because of her being just a straight up tsundere. Like, I was just sitting there like, please, stop it, please. And so that's why I've, like, ever since the beginning, I had started shipping, Asta and Mimosa up until a certain Sekre showed up. And so, yeah. Who knows? Maybe Asta will end up with Sister Lily. I doubt it, though. So, we're going to move on to chapter 297, titled Advent. And we get this wonderful color spread of, it looks like Asier in that, that Valkyrie form with the angelic wings. At first, I thought it was Noelle, and I was going to say Noelle, but the color palette is more of a, like a tortoise color, if that's an actual color. It's that greenish blue color that's not quite teal. It's more on the green side. And so it makes me think more of Asier. And like I said, she's got the whole wings that was only shown in that form when she was going to, she was being Mama Bear. So, fantastic color spread. I really, really enjoy that. So, we start off with Vonica gushing out blood because it's anime, and she's like, "You are the best, Noelle-chan. You are fantastic. You hit me. You are the best fighter I could ever ask for." She's going nuts. She's loving this fight a lot, and there's Noelle is constantly like bouncing around and like just stabbing her over and over again, and Vonica is loving it. She's like turning into like a massive masochist. There's even a point that it looks like where Noelle just straight up like kicks her in the face, and she goes like this, and beautiful, beautiful picture. And Vonica's just loving it. She's so nuts. And really, that's what we're getting. It's just panel after panel after panel of just Noelle decimating Vonica. And oh, interesting. So I might have been wrong anyways about the whole wings thing, because I just now realized in this middle panel we have Vonica. Her back's against, or she's kind of lying on rubble, and we have Noelle with her spear. She's about to like drive it into her face or something, and I see that those wings coming from her hip, the the birdie or angelic type wings. So that color spread may be Noelle. You see, at this point, I kind of can't tell between Noelle and Acier because they're just so similar in like facial and body type and everything. So that panel might have been Acier, or that color might have been Noelle. Like I said, I can't tell. But I'm looking at this spread. It's just amazing. I can't wait to see like people try to color it because it is gorgeous. And Vonica's just lying there all beaten up, and she's like, "That's it. That feels so good." Perhaps this feeling. What is this feeling? It must be friendship. Vonica literally thinks that getting the shit beaten out of her means that her and Noelle are friends, and that means that they're going to be rivals. Like, that's how freaking demented Vonica is, and she's got Megecula with her. This isn't even Megecula speaking. This is his pure Vonica. That's how nuts she is. And so, uh, Noelle's like, she's got that whole stare down, like the I'm a noble type of look as she just looks down at Vonica. It is so defiant. She's like, that's not happening. We're not friends because of this. She's like, you only act in your own self-interests, which is amazing coming from Noelle now that I think about it, because Noelle always acted in her own self-interest in the beginning. Like I said, being like the super tsundere type of character, she was always the one that's like, you've got to do this for me because I'm royalty. So like that was kind of her whole shtick was, you gotta treat me with like this. You gotta treat me like you're superior because I'm royalty. And you got lovely Asta who completely changed her mentality about that. Part of the reason why I love Asta as a character, it's it's how he affects everyone that makes him such a fantastic character. Kind of like Luffy from One Piece. Um, Except I find Asta more relatable than Luffy. But that's a totally different discussion. And if you want to hear my thoughts on Asta, once again, just comment in the section down below. I might even do an Asta video regardless if you comment about it, but making a comment at least lets me know that there's someone with interest. So, as Noelle is about to deliver the final blow, and now that I look at it, she doesn't even have like her normal what's it called? It's not a spear, but it's kind of like the whole like it's got a cone, and it's like chivalry. You know how the Knights of Chivalry lance. It's a lance, duh, the lance. She's not holding a lance anymore. She's holding a straight up sword, which holy crap. Noelle's a freaking swordswoman. I just now realized that. Like, I'm learning more and more things looking at this chapter, this brand new chapter that came out. Like, Noelle's a freaking swordswoman. How did I not notice this before? And so, she's right about to deal this final strike at Vonica, and then Megecula shows up. She's like, well, I kind of like you, Vonica, but there's really only one reason why I haven't left you. And this reason, not even Lucifero is aware of, which is amazing in itself because Lucifero is like the head honcho demon. He's kind of like the big demon dude that I think Dante had. I think Dante had Lucifero, but I might be wrong there. I get a little, got a little confused with the Lucifero, mainly during the Asta Yami versus Dante fight, because at one point in the manga, at least, uh, Dante talks to his demon, and I think he refers to it as Lucifero. Either that, or Lucifero is that bottom tier demon that is ready to spring out and cause havoc. I'm leaning towards that one, but my memory is a little bit off right now, so I apologize. I guess I'm not the Black Clover freak that I thought I was. So, anyways, Vonica's like this thing, this attribute, this knowledge, even Lucifero doesn't know. And it's when there's souls of three same-sex mages, each possess powerful magic, then her advent can take place. So that's really an interesting statement. And at first I was a little confused. It's like, what's she meaning about Advent? And I think that she's just meaning she can take form. She can show up. And so, who are the three same-sex mages that she's talking about? Noelle, Charlotte, Lola Peachka, and or Vonica. It's three of these four that I think that she's referring to as strong. And so she's summoning this, and Charlotte recognizes a curse immediately because Charlotte's cursed herself. And suddenly, Megecula shows up out of the body of Vonica. And Megecula, you know how Libe kind of looks cute in his doll form-ish? Megecula looks just straight up scary in her kind of cute doll form as well. Like, I'm kind of sitting here, I'm like, at one hand, I want to say, oh, she's adorable. And on the other hand, I'm like, oh my god, I'm terrified. Like, that's how I feel about Megecula right now, and just how she is just sprouting from the body of Vonica. And so, she's like, yeah, I've been with Vonica for a long time, so I do feel some sympathy for her. But, if both Lola Peachka and Vonica die, I will be able to manifest fully. So, she straight up kills Lola Peachka by the looks of it. Like, Lightning Dude, who also I'm forgetting, tries to save her, but seems to be unsuccessful because the final page we see Megecula just rising up, and now she looks scary. Like, this is her full body demon, not the little cute, chubby, chibi little demon. No, this is her full body, and she's starting to sprout her body, or develop her body, which is fine, by the way. And she goes, I'll give you one final rampage, as she just stares down Noelle. And she's like, you shan't be lonely if you all die together. And Noelle's like, no, I'm not dealing with this. You're going down. And so that's it for the chapter. Noelle is just got that serious look, like, I want to murder you in your sleep. Like, she is that pissed, which, I mean, makes sense because the reason why her mother died was because of Megecula. So she is straight up ready to go and cause some murder. So I'm excited. I literally just read this like 20 minutes ago, like for the first time, and I haven't been so excited for Black Clover since I read this. Like, last week I read the chapter and I was like, okay, that was hype. Why don't I put out a Twitter poll to see if people want to see it? And like, one or two people responded saying, yeah, sure, I'd like to see a review. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. Here, I don't even want to put a Twitter poll out. Like, as you can see, I was like, screw it. I'm putting out a review. There's no doubt about this. Like, I can't not talk about this chapter. This chapter is amazing. I love it so much. Like, I feel like I'm learning so many things as I'm just reading through the chapter. Noelle, she dropped her lance to develop a sword. 2, it might be because of that spirit form, but she suddenly developed or sprouted wings in her Valkyrie form, which I believe wasn't there beforehand. 3. Chibi Megicula is kind of scary and kind of cute at the same time, but full form Megicula is just straight up scary. Yet I think she can step on me just fine. And so I I am perfectly happy with this chapter. I hope you enjoyed this review because this is probably one of the best videos I put out in a while, at least one of the best sit down and talk videos, because I felt like I was actually able to talk. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for checking it out. I'm the Anime Over Analyst, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.